Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Soul Flow Conversations. I am your host, Dedrick, the Cookie Man, and my co-host, Jessica, Miss Fabulous Fields, will be, the phenomenal Miss Jessica Fields. She'll be here shortly. And we have so far on our stage, Miss Cora. She's joining us again, and she's
Hello.
been so I want to thank her and welcome her to our lounge, our Soul Flow Lounge. So tonight we're going to be discussing a few things. But first, by now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the dude, the the quadruple um, the quadruple amputee who shot dude and asked his friends in the back to help him move the body, and it was like, no, and then he got out, called the police, that kind of thing. Everybody had questions. Everybody had questions and upon questions upon questions. Um, and I'm gonna wait till more people get on the stage because that's absolutely crazy. But anyway, tonight our topic is about learning how to let go, and how to get past your setbacks and disappointments, how to get beyond the things that happen to us. Um, I'm a firm believer that life is less about what happens to you and more about how you react to them. And we're going to be having a discussion about different scenarios and different things like that pertains to learning how to let go. Because a lot of times we hold on to things too long, and it damages us and stuff like that. So we're going to discuss the different facets when it comes to letting go, and stuff, and letting God. So we're just going to kind of talk about that for a little bit. And so the very first question that I will throw out into the masses and also on the panel is, if how do you deal with when things happen to you? How do you process that? Do you process it in a good way? Do you uh, what's your method of getting past it or getting through it or whatever the case is? What is your process when it comes to moving forward, when things happen to you in life?
You
Cora, you can
asking me?
answer.
Just letting time go past, and if it's something that you're thinking about for like a long period of time, you, um, I guess you will approach the situation and try to make amends of it after some time. But most of the time, you basically praying on it until you can get through. So you got to repetitiously every day go back to the same thought process and think of something good of it, and then fulfill it like that. I don't know. What would you say?
Okay, that's a good way to process it. And one thing I will say is that when it comes to those processes, the way you're processing it, that's a really healthy way to do it. A lot of people don't have a very healthy way to handle some things that happen in their lives, because a lot of the times they don't have anybody else to bounce things off of who also has a healthy outlook. Because a lot of the times people are, I don't know why people are so drama driven. I don't know if they're bored or they just they're miserable themselves, and then they give you bad advice, and then but all of y'all are doing bad, making bad decisions and stuff like that. But remember, I said that life is more about how you react to things than what is actually happening to you. Now, I will say this: there are certain situations that it's kind of hard to find the I guess the light at the end of the tunnel, because it's that difficult. But what I would suggest is that you surround yourself with the thinking that outthinks you, meaning surround yourself with people who have a positive outlook, surround yourself with people who have positive habits. Surround yourself with people who can help you elevate yourself or from that situation, because wallowing in whatever happened um, will not help you at all. I do know that we speak about relationships a lot, and a lot of the times when relationships end, some people don't know how to let it go, because they, especially when there's children involved. I've seen where women will keep their kids away from a guy because he's decided to move on with someone else, and then she still won't let it go. She won't let it go. Won't let it go. She holds on to a grudge, and then it affects the children, and stuff like that. So it's not a really good look. Um, there's sometimes guys who behave just as immaturely, but my whole thing is that it's about what your reaction is. No one ever said it's going to be easy. So when you hear me talking about the positive ways that you can handle these things, I never once said it was going to be easy, but it is possible to get past it. And the only way to get through it is to go through it. You can't get to the other side of the issue or whatever if you never go through it. You have to go through it. You got to take it on head on. And there's a lot of people who don't like confrontation. So what'll happen is they'll allow people to disrespect, and they'll allow people to say different things out of their mouths just because of who they are. That means it might be your parents. That means it might be a sibling. That means it might be your best friend or a close friend of yours. Somebody that means something to you. Sometimes your self-esteem isn't high enough to put your foot down and say, "Hey, enough is enough. You're not going to keep disrespecting me," and stuff like that. But the first thing I believe is to learn to forgive yourself, um, because a lot of the times we're so hard on ourselves. Go ahead, Court. You had something to say? Oh, okay, okay,
There, I was letting you finish listening.
okay. But you have to learn to forgive yourself, because sometimes we torture ourselves. Um, excuse me. Um, because we're blaming ourselves or looking or we're just hard on ourselves sometimes. I know I have a friend of mine who over the years have been extremely hard on herself, and I didn't understand why. But the problem was is that she had a poor outlook on herself. From the outside looking in, the solution was easy because I've always handled certain things a certain way, and as a result, I don't get a lot of the drama that a lot of other people get because I handle things at that moment, in that moment. I don't care who it is. I'm a very straightforward person when it comes to things like that. However, everyone isn't like that. And the biggest thing we have to remember is you can't expect you from other people. You have to always understand that you cannot expect how you would handle something or how you would deal with something to come out of someone else because they're not you. You know what I'm saying? So one of the biggest things to do is just kind of let that person be who they are, and help as you can, but you can't live their lives for them. You can't make decisions for them. And ultimately, it's on them to correct it or choose a good path. Because you can give somebody great advice and they'll go the opposite direction, and there's nothing you can really do about it. You know. So, um, but um, but when you learn to let go, you kind of release yourself because sometimes you got to forgive people in order to let go, and then forgive yourself for holding on and setting yourself back. So, but just let me know when you're ready. If you have some input on what I've said or another perspective.
Mm, Well, I
Well,
think time will tell. That's what I think. What you just said, time will tell. And the fact that people don't give it time and they ready for revenge, which which makes it worse. That's basically it. Yeah, that's
Okay, okay.
basically
Yeah, sometimes time does help because it gives you a chance to kind of digest some things and put things in its perspective. Um, and I remember I was in a relationship, and like I just told you, I want to deal with the situation right then and there and whatnot. But that other person needs time to process because some people are real quick at the mouth. You know what I'm saying? And some people will say things that they don't necessarily mean to say, but when it's said, you can't take that back. You know what I'm saying? So some people know themselves well enough to know, hey, I need time to process, what's going on. I need time to process what was said or what was done or whatever the case is. So if I talk to you right now, I already know my mouth, so I'm gonna have to, you know, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to say something I don't mean. So right now, I need some time to kind of, and I had to sit back and think about that. I was like, you know what, they're right. They need some time to process what happened. Because just because I want to talk about it right now doesn't mean it's a wise thing to talk about it right then. Because sometimes, you know, at that moment it's not the best time, and stuff like that. So because emotions can be high and all that good stuff, but in the context of what was being said, um, sometimes you have to choose you, and that means trying to find your peace, and you protecting your peace, and whatnot. Because for some people love drama, they love confusion, and stuff like that. And what'll happen is they'll continue to keep that confusion going. So instead of coming directly to you to solve the issue, they'll tell somebody else, and they'll gossip to somebody else and all this other stuff, and they'll end up making the situation worse, and whatnot. So sometimes you just got to let that person go, and protect your peace. Doesn't mean you don't love them, but you can love people from a distance. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely love people from a distance. I got love for you, but you can stay over there. You're no longer allowed access in my life as you had once been, and whatnot. So, and sometimes that's what you have to do, because for some reason, when people are going through things, sometimes some people they'll take it out on other people that had nothing to do with whatever's going on. And when people do that one time too much, you have to understand. You have to remove yourself and let them know. Look, I can't deal with that. You're really affecting my energy. You're really affecting my spirit. And if you don't know how to stop doing that, I'm going to have to remove myself. And sometimes you just got to tell people that if they say you acting funny, yeah, I have to, because for some reason you think it's okay to disrespect me. For some reason you think it's okay to gossip about me or say things to other people that you should have been saying to me. So if you cannot stop doing that, I'm just going to remove myself altogether. Um, and sometimes you just got to be that straightforward with people. Sometimes you just have to, and whatnot. So, yep. But but another thing too is I had a years ago I had a question that I posed in a group as to why women in particular hold on to individuals that they know aren't good to them too long. um, and that's always kind of baffled me now. And I got some feedback from it because some women say, well, I just can't up and leave because I don't have the money to get my own place, or it could be a financial situation, it could be an abusive situation, and whatnot. And I had one lady tell me that when you're in an abusive situation, it's difficult because now there's fear there of retaliation of you leaving, and you have to carefully plan your exit. I said, okay, I can understand that. I said, I get it. Because in my brain, I'm just like, well, why don't you just leave? But sometimes it ain't that easy for some women because they're in a situation, especially if they got children, they're in a situation where they have to consider the children as well as themselves because that person is that abusive and controlling and stuff like that. So, I had to think about that perspective of it too.
So I do have something to say on this one. So I had a relationship where the guy was abusive, and the thing is, before he got too deep in it, some women are not like thinking their head away in the game. They think they could just get up and leave, and the guy gets so mad because he can't control his feelings or his emotions that he retaliates and then he comes after her. So the strategy is just to play it off and allow it to linger, and everybody's calm, and then you slowly but surely start, planning your exit. So a lot of people move too fast off of emotions, and this thing with anger is what keeps us in the position that we're in because it feeds off of it. It turns into jealousy, then it turns into a revengeful state, and then it turns into some type of fatal attraction. So I would say you have to at least calm your mind down, calm your brain down, then go to therapy, get some other voices involved into it before you make some sudden moves. So, and then you can tell the signs for real too. At these times and this age is a different age, so you gotta consider all of that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah. And I agree with what you're saying because sometimes it's easy for people on the outside to say, hey, why don't you just do X, Y, and Z? And it ain't really that easy initially, and stuff like that. So, because that woman now has to think of herself and her health and the health of her children, because we've already seen in the news where the jealous guy went in there and got the kids and the woman and whatnot, and then himself. You know what I mean? So it's weird. This is a weird world we're living in, um, and people are not mentally stable. Some and whatnot. So and my thing is that with women especially, if you see that a guy is unhinged in any way, you would do well to make sure as soon as possible you figure your way out of that situation because you don't want to be a statistic, and stuff like that. You really don't want to be someone that's on the news because the guy got mad because you were speaking to a guy and that guy happened to be your boss and he just saw y'all talking. Who that guy? And then he just goes off, and then all of a sudden, some folks end up unalive, and stuff like that. So we have to make sure we gotta, because once you start seeing those first signs, if that guy hits you for the first time, it needs to be done. Don't ever give somebody a second chance to show you that they don't respect you, they don't love you, like actual love you, and they don't they don't want you. You know what I'm saying? Don't give people a second chance. Um, and love got nothing to do with it. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because love ain't never did nobody that is going to be harmful to them. So all that the love bombing that some people do to cover up or justify what they did. I love you. I just don't want. I just don't listen, man. I don't know what got over me. I don't care. This is the first and the last time you will put your hands on me. This is the first and the last time you will cheat on me. This is the first and the last time you're gonna lie to me to my face. This is the first and last time you're gonna abuse our children or myself. You have to draw the line. And for those of you who have the financial issues, start working on that stuff because and I'm not saying that it's easy. Like, let me go back to saying that, because my thing is that it's easier to work on your finances than it is to get you another life, because it might be hard starting back over and all that good stuff, but you can't buy yourself another life. You really can't. So you have to be very, very careful with some of these unhinged, unstable guys and their mindset. So once they show you that side of them, before it gets too deep, emotionally, cut yourself off, cut access to them off. Let them know, look, this is what my boundaries are, and you crossed them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why you thought that was a good idea, but I'm not in it no more. I'm done.
And
You know?
sometimes you gotta know who to say that to, because some people aren't ready for that conversation. Um, I believe the conversation is going this way for a reason. Maybe somebody out there is going through something and they've been waiting for something to hear from it. But sometimes you gotta be quiet and kind of like play it off, because mentally you know you can't take it no more, and you know what offsets this person, and you know if your instincts, if you're confused or your instincts are going off in the confusion, like why am I here? Then that's your answer. Like if you see small signs of control or somebody not letting you be yourself, the thing is, it's just time to go. But sometimes the person ain't prepared to hear it neither. Like you can't tell the guy, "Oh, that's it. I'm not dealing with it," and you just think you're gonna roll out. He's not gonna allow that to happen. You may have to tell him from a
Yeah.
distance or on the phone. So, my mom was in a abusive relationship, and her last straw was him setting the bed on fire, and she, you know, try to get away so many times with the guy. She thought it was love, and so a lot of people experience these perspectives from hurt. And when a person is hurt, hurt people hurt people. They always used to say that. So you just gotta notice the signs. That's the most thing, and you can't let people get away with just. You gotta know who you are first, and basically, and just go read up on some things, get some more knowledge in the area of, if you don't know who you are, it'd be best to go research it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Um, because you have to think strategically as a woman, and whatnot. Because again, like I said, some guys are unhinged, but they hide it well initially, and then when that happens, now that woman is looking like, okay, what will he do? And like you said, sometimes after, because and you have to do this after you strategically planned your exit, because if you tell him over the phone and you still got to come back to the house for something, I don't think that's going to work out too well. So you have to be strategic with some dudes, because some dudes, man, they'll lose it because they're like, look, what I can't even rationally think how those guys would think, because I just can't imagine being in a situation where I'm so controlling over a woman that she's literally scared of me. It's no longer respect. It's fear. I don't want that kind of relationship. And when I hear women saying, "Oh, well, you don't want me to do this, and you want me to do this, and you trying to control me," no, no. There are certain times that men are actually trying to protect you, and you're so bent on doing what you want to do, but they already know what that environment is going to be like. They already know who's in that environment. They already know what's possible in that environment because it's probably happened before, and they don't want you to put yourself in that situation, but you're taking it as control. So there's a difference between protection and control and abuse. There's a huge difference in all of that. And it's
What do
important that people know what the differences are.
you,
Because protection is one thing, because you might need to kind of not go to this place, because I know,
what do you think makes a man feel like he can control? Because once you come from your parents' house, aren't you ready to live and be free? So what makes you feel comfortable with allowing a man to just even like disrespect you or defy you. Like even when you're dating, like you can start. So my thing was what's going through that guy's mind to even try to take over you like that? What do you think that may be?
I think I think a part of that comes from um, his past, is either his upbringing, what he's seen his mother go through, what he's seen his father do, or the environment that he's in, and stuff like that. Maybe he's been abused and lost control. So his theory is, I'm going to never allow anybody to have that kind of power over me anymore. So I'm going to control what's going on and stuff like that. So a lot of the times, if he was taken advantage of or abused, or SA'd or whatever the case is, some guys, they vow not to ever allow anybody to control them again. So they're in their brain somehow they rationalize being overly aggressive and controlling to women, and stuff like that, so that he's always in control in some kind of way. Um, so it can stem from something that a trauma that he's going through. Now, keep in mind, when I say that, that's not giving him an excuse to do that. That just simply means that for some women, so for some men, they process things based off of what happened to them, and then they'll put that off on someone else, thinking that that's the right thing to do. And a lot of the times, they're so into their own minds, they don't even see what they're doing until it's done. Like when I seen shows and stuff like that where the guy, um, he gets so upset where he slaps the woman or he hits the woman or whatever the case is, and then he realizes what happened, and oh my god, I'm so sorry. Well, first of all, that's your first and only strike you should have, because I don't care how upset you get, I don't care how you're feeling about a certain situation that may not have had anything to do with her. And the moment she comes over there to try to help you or console you, or figure out what's going on or why you're lashing out at her, now your first thing to do is hit her, bro. You need therapy. And a lot of the times, us, especially black people, we don't like the word therapy for some reason, because it gives the connotation that we're broken in some way, or that we need fixing, and our egos won't allow us to believe that we need fixing. Oh, I'm just fine. Well, no, not really, because you had anger management issues. You don't know how to talk to women. You have resentment towards women, probably because of how your mother treated you, probably because of what happened to you with some woman or whatever the case is. So it can stem from a root cause that we never see or that's never talked about, and stuff like that. So that's why when I hear women saying that situation about controlling them, it's really not accurate. When a man is having requirements and stuff like that, or boundaries set, and you're in his life, those are his boundaries, those are the requirements in order for you to remain in his life. It's not that he's trying to control you, but you have to think about it. If you're out there and you're in an exclusive relationship with a man, and you're out here living your best life, acting like you a single chick and you in a full exclusive relationship, um, you're crossing a boundary. You can't just be out here acting single and you're in a relationship. There's certain things that you cannot do anymore. There's certain behavior patterns you cannot continue to keep doing if you're in a relationship. So his boundaries and his requirements that he set for himself to be in a relationship with him, that's his boundaries. Those are his requirements. So either you can adhere to them or you can leave. It's not about control. It's about you respecting that man. Because with men, love happens once he realizes that a woman truly respects him and sees him and acknowledges him. That's where love starts to develop when it comes to men. So if you can't respect his boundaries, the same way you as a woman have boundaries, you have certain things that you're not going to allow for your life, or you should anyway. And if a man crosses that boundary, yeah, you need to put your foot down and say, hey, listen, Now it depends on how bad the boundary has been crossed. You can say, listen, if this happens again, we done. I don't go for that. So if that's what you're going to be doing, you can go ahead and do it, and I can stay single. Like you have to have those boundaries. So when it comes to control, control is a very divisive word that sometimes people misuse.
So does control for you go into a realm of what I mean by control is if a person put their hands on you or if they feel they have to enforce you to do something that you're not willing to do
Mm.
because everybody has got out of the boundaries of respect. Both parties, they've far gone people's respectful realm, and some people don't even know what boundaries is. They're in personal space, you know. And when
Yeah.
it comes to the man controlling the female, you got to look back in times where there's some people that say, okay, it's all right to beat the wife. You look at her as the lesser partner or the girlfriend. They look at them as the lesser partner. So a lot of people are retaliating off of that. So if you got a guy that's angry because he might have been beat all the time, you know the difference when someone is trying to control you or manipulate you. You'll feel it. It's not even something that you have to even mention. Like your body will go through a whole different um, mood swing that you'll be confused. I think it starts
Uh-huh.
there.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. I do. Um, but when it gets to the point where a man is putting his hands on you and he's trying to, because some guys when they do that, they want to instill fear in you. When it gets to that point, there is really nothing a woman can do outside of leaving and leaving him be and showing him that he can lose you because he has to respect you or he's gonna have to lose you. And some women are very afraid when a man shows that side of himself, and now she's like, I'm in shock because I've never seen that before. Well, you can be in shock and be someplace else too. You can be in shock, but stay over there and don't come back because until like I don't know if the situation is as such where you got to come back to the house at some point, but he has to know that yeah, I will leave because this is not okay behavior. If you don't get a handle on this, get some therapy or do something, yeah, we're done. And that's what he has to understand. Some people got to know that they can lose you, and stuff like that. Because some people really don't think that they'll lose, and stuff like that. And sometimes you just got to tell them. Sometimes you got to show them. Excuse me. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to show them better than you can tell them. I don't care how scared you are, but sometimes it's got to happen.
Well, somebody is definitely going through something because I'm feeling a big strong um energy here. So maybe you keep talking. Somebody I don't know. Do you take like texts and stuff or people sending incoming texts and stuff to the show or the podcast? Or if anybody has any questions or going through something that they may need
Yeah,
answers to.
sometimes people will comment in the comment section, and then we'll put it up on the screen.
Okay.
And if they do, we'll put it up on the screen and we'll address it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, what was one of, do you got another question for tonight to throw out there?
Um, let me see here. Give me just a second. Well, one thing I was seeing a lot of, when it came to how men and women deal with each other. Um, and I see this. I don't. I guess it's the trend now about how women react to guys who seemingly don't have much, and then when they see his car, suddenly she's interested. Stuff like that. So, um, I seen where one guy said that when I was on a TikTok live, and one of the guys was saying that you're not high value. The guy is not high value unless he makes $10,000 a month or better, right? So, and the guy was trying to explain to him, like, what does that got to do with the who I am as a man? And the guy kept saying, going back to, well, do you make it or not? Do you make it or not? And the guy was like, no, I don't. I don't make $10,000 a month, but with everything that I have, I do well with whatever it is that I have. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you what my income is. He said, but I'm a pretty freaking good man. So I don't know what that has to do with anything. So what I had to remind him was, or I had to tell him, because the guy was saying exactly what I was about to say, but it just was like he wasn't getting it. And I told him, I said, listen, high value and high income are two different things. You can have a high income and be a garbage person. You can have a high income and be such a bad personality type person. You know what I'm saying? Having a high income doesn't mean that you're a better person. It just simply means you have a higher income. That's it. Value comes from your character. Value comes from integrity. Value comes from all the intangibles that you and stuff like that. It's not about material stuff. That's where value comes from. Are you a quality individual? Because if you're not a quality individual, your money doesn't mean anything. Money just makes you more of who you already are on the inside. That's all that is. So if you're a rotten person before you got money, now with money, you're a rotten person with money. So to judge someone based off of what they don't have in the chapter that you walked in on of their life is I think pretty short sighted. And I told him that. He's like, man, y'all just mad because y'all ain't making this kind of money. But I'm like, dude, this has nothing to do with the money. I said, you have to understand something. There's a lot of people that's got into relationships and neither one of them had much. And now years later, it could be 5 years, could be 3 years, it could be 10. Now they live a very, very comfortable lifestyle because they saw more in each other than just material gain and money. So a lot of the times, your reward isn't in the stuff; it's in the person that you are and the person that you saw when you started dating. All right. So I just found that to be a pretty interesting conversation that we had. Excuse me. Hmm. So with that being said, I think with the state of how we as black folks are, what do you think is holding a lot of people back from? Because I know what I know what I think, but um, do you ever think about why we as a culture is like this? Like we're so hard on each other, and I don't understand it. Like why do you think that is? I do understand where it comes from. I know what the history is, but at this particular point, we're in 2026, and it seems like it's getting worse. Um, you have a lot of young ladies with the prostitute mentality. You have a lot of men who are reckless, creating a lot of bad situations for women, or not knowing how to respect women or talk to women. Hey, Jess, how you doing? Good. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm so sorry I'm late.
It's about time. She got me drowning out here.
Hey, Cora.
No, it's okay.
Hey.
Out because we started a little late, so
Okay, good, good, good. I done painted a chicken coop. I done cut grass. I had to shower. And then Monica, and you know how that stuff goes. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But I'm here.
absolutely. Life be lifing, life
Life
be
be
life.
life.
But we were talking about a good bit of different things. One part of it was because the first question that I asked was how. Hey, Maurice, welcome to the stage, brother. How you feeling?
Not bad. How's it going?
Hey,
Doing all
Maurice.
right, bro.
Hi, Maurice.
Tagore, you look different without the car surrounding you, man.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's a whole different side of you. I'm just not used to seeing you like that.
Maurice. Okay. I'm in my shop.
Yeah, she's in her shop. She getting somebody hair right. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh,
mean,
okay,
not
okay.
mine, but
Yeah, I'm telling you, just trying to make people feel bad about themselves, right?
right, right.
See,
So,
I'm feeling
huh?
some. Hold on, wait. Time out. I'm feeling some type of way. I said, "Hey, Maurice."
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. You know,
Oh,
Cora's new, so I want to make
because
sure she
Cora's
feels better.
on. No, because Cora's on, right?
Damn, I
So
said my
you
bad.
dissing me now, right?
Dang, yo, now I know how Billy feels. Jesus. Oh,
any other
damn.
time, any other time you speak to me, and now you not speaking because Miss Cora's on. Okay, I see what
Honestly,
you got going on. All right.
you don't have to forgive me, all right?
Don't do
Because
it. Don't
No,
do it. Don't
it's
do
all
it. Don't do it for
you
me.
see what you done did, Cora?
Don't
Everything
do
was
it.
going,
I did
everything
nothing.
was
what
going
she done
so
done. That's
well.
what you did.
I did
Listen,
nothing.
Am I? Hold on, Dedrick. Am I lying? If he came on and I didn't speak to him, he'd be like, "Hey, Mrs. Fields, why you not speaking? What's up?" Yeah, he be doing that. But now Miss Cora on, and you ain't even acknowledge me. I see how
I,
you do. It's
oh,
all right. That's
Yeah.
why that's why your music sucks.
no, you see, man,
All right, Petty LaBelle. All right,
I'm
Petty
telling you,
LaBelle.
man, damn, I didn't even get a chance to circle around, man. Jesus, I was coming to you.
Oh man.
She was just mad she
Mm.
wasn't first. That's messed up. You know?
And that's all. That's
Damn
all.
right.
Just
Damn
random
right. I can
competitions.
admit it. Yep. Damn right.
Random competitions, man. Y'all need to stop competing over nonsense.
I'm joking. Miss Cora,
I know.
I'm
That is
joking.
too funny. That is too funny.
I'm a Gemini. I joke a lot. Don't pay
Two
me no
face.
mind.
Two face.
Whatever.
So,
All right,
so
so
the
let's
first
continue.
question I asked. So the first question I asked was, you know, the pertaining to the topic was learning to let go, and how you get past your setbacks and disappointments, or how what helps you get past things. What is your method of processing things in a healthy manner, versus how you used to process things, or like just how you let go of things. What is your methodology of being able to let things go so that you can move forward, or whatever the case is? Because somebody out there might need to know. They might be going through something, and they're like, they just can't let it go. They're stuck in that situation, or they just can't shake it, or whatever. So what is your method to getting rid of that, or minimizing that in your life, so you can continue to push forward?
So for me,
Uh-huh.
I put their name in a jar, and then
Jesus.
I add nails and dirt and vinegar.
I already saw where
And
that was going. See, I'm
yeah,
from Haiti.
and then I
As soon
shake
as you
the
mentioned
jar,
jar like that, I know exactly what's going on.
and I curse at it, and then I bury it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that's how I get over that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, on a that was a joke. That was a joke. But for real, I don't care anymore. I don't care. I've grown to a place in my life that no matter what somebody says or what somebody does, if it does not directly impact my life, then I don't care. So it just I get over it like almost instantly because I don't care. I've reached a level of I don't give a fuck, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't care who you are. You could be my best friend, you could be my mother, you my father, you could just be a random person on the street. I just have reached at my age and through the experiences in my lifetime to where I've just learned to not give a fuck because if I don't give a fuck, it doesn't impact me. And I have a more spiritual awakening to where I know that most of the things that surround me in my life, um, they're not very impactful unless they're positive. So, and I think I mentioned this on another show. There are three types of people in your life. You have three types of people, and this could be business related, this could be job related, this can be family, friends. But there are three types of people in your life. You have people that have no impact. You have people that have a positive, well, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. You have people that have a negative impact, you have people that have a positive impact, and then you have people that have no impact. Um, the positive impact people I keep around because, of course, I want positive people around me. The people that are negative, I keep away from me automatically. And then the people that have zero impact, I get rid of them too. And I think that a lot of times that we hang on to the people that have zero impact because they're not being positive or negative. So it's not really impacting your life, but you don't understand how much of a drain they are onto you. So again, for me, my personal thing is just I've adapted the I don't give a fuck mentality, and um, if you're not good for me, then I move on, and as if you never existed.
Okay. All right. All right.
Um,
Maurice.
yeah, honestly, this is like has never really been an issue for me.
Okay.
Like I've always been solution focused. So as long as I was heading towards the solution, um, you know, it, I wouldn't hold on to it emotionally because eventually I'd solve it. So then, and the thing is, I think I adopted a lot of, oh, I can't fix that as a solution, right? Once you adopt that as a potential solution, oh, I can't fix that. Then a lot of times, then that's not your issue anymore. It's really easy for me to let go of what's
Mm-hmm.
going on because that's not something I can fix. I'm not qualified. I'm not capable of fixing that. Okay, then I'm gonna leave it alone. Uh, that that's the only thing I can come close to thinking about as far as that. Because, like I said, that's not something like to get overly hung up over. Because like there's like an emotional investment in something that I'm not willing to put my hand in the dirt and fix. I, that doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, so it's really hard for me to empathize on this situation at all.
Understood. Yeah. Understood. I actually can agree with the both of you because um, I always say that life is less about what's happened to you or what's done to you, and more about your reaction to it. And that's notwithstanding some very extreme circumstances, because sometimes those type things can really change the trajectory of your life. However, I'm gonna go back over to what Jessica had said. She's gotten herself to a point to where it really doesn't matter. Or she what she says was, I don't care. And to me that translates to, I don't care enough to allow you to influence my emotions. I don't care enough to allow you to have your opinion become my reality. I don't care enough to even give you the kind of energy that you're looking for, because some people are just drama driven, some people are just miserable, and they want to spread that misery on somebody else. And so when you're dealing with people like that, for me, and I think both of you have already arrived to this particular place, was for me, I find it very easy to let people go, and stuff like that, because if you don't respect me enough to not do what you just did or say what you just said out of your mouth, I don't really need you in my life. You can bounce. And I've had a friendship, and I think I've mentioned it on a prior show. I think Jessica can remember, recall, where I had a female friend of mine who was very close to me and my family. She thought that she could come out and say whatever she had to say to me, and it was just going to be cool. And let me tell you, I clapped back real fast. I'm like, you lost your mind. Like, what's going on with you? And it just escalated. And I'm just like, I'm not understanding why this escalated the way it did. Because as God is my witness, I didn't say anything cross to her, disrespectful to her. I didn't cross no boundaries that I knew we had, if we had any like that. But she was going 100 miles per hour giving me a phone call. And then she hung up on me before cursing me out. Cursed me out and then hung up. And she said, and she knows that I had a principle that if you hang up on me, you will not receive another phone call from me. You will not. Now, if I'm at fault, that's something totally different. But if I know I'm not at fault and you chose to disrespectfully hang up the phone in my face like that, okay, well, that I'm gonna text you the rest of what I got to say, and then that's it. You will never receive another phone call from me ever. Like, it's not gonna be me calling you apologizing for nothing. Because if you don't have anything in this inside of you that tells you that you need to apologize to this man because he didn't do anything to you, if that never clicks for you, this is it. And apparently, it's going to be going on about 4.5 maybe years that we haven't spoken since. I'm okay with that. I was hurt at first because that was somebody I really cared about. You know what I'm saying? And for them to even go out like that, I don't have a problem letting them go, because obviously I didn't mean what she meant to me to her. So okay, I don't want anybody to be in my life that doesn't want to be in my life. The door is always open. I don't believe in grasping for people, because sometimes God can't put a blessing in your hand when you got your hands wrapped around what you should have let go.
I was gonna say
And I think a lot of people don't understand that. Like,
sorry, yeah, I was gonna say you can't hug a cactus. No, you can
right.
you can only appreciate that cactus from a distance. You cannot
Well,
hug it.
and
Once people present themselves as prickly, unlovable, unwilling to interact, that person essentially becomes attractive, and you just got to let them be the cactus that they are.
and also to add to that, sometimes what's the saying? They say that sometimes the very thing that God is trying to take you away from, you keep trying to hold on to, but God's trying to take you
Yeah.
away from that for a reason, because that
Yes.
person or that situation that you're in is not good for you, and but you're trying to hold on to that, but you just need to let go of that. And a lot of times because we're blinded by loyalty or love or family, we tend to try to continue to hold on to that bond. And like I said, at my age, I'm 48. At my age, I don't try to hold on to none of that. If you're not rocking with me, you're just not rocking with me, and that's okay. I'm not gonna dog you. I'm not. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna back away. Okay, cool. So like I said, that's how I deal with those types of situations. I just back away because I'm good. That's my opinion. I'm good. Like I got my husband, I got my children, I got my wife. Just because you going through something or you feel some type of way doesn't mean I gotta feel that type of way or that I gotta endure that with you. No, I don't have to endure that with you. You know. So for me, again, I just have, and I know you don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it again. I have that level of I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
I get it.
You don't
I
want to.
totally get
You
it.
don't want to be
Well,
around
I
me,
asked
whether.
Cora this question. I asked Cora this question. I'm gonna ask you the same thing, because you're a woman. So,
Oh boy.
why do you think that some women have such a problem letting go of situations that are not necessarily either healthy or necessarily progressive for them? Why do you think people hold on to people or situations that they really should have let go? Why do you think they hold on to them for so long?
I think because we think that we are fixers, we think we are nurturers, we think that we are carers, and that we can fix the problem. Um, I guess that can go across the board, whether we're speaking about relationships, whether we're speaking about even work, related items. We just think that because we have this caring nature, that maybe we can fix that. And we have to realize that there are times that we're not able to fix certain things, and that we just have to allow those things to be what it is. Was there a certain like was there a certain scenario? Was it more relationship wise or just overall?
I gotta take
Just
on this.
overall.
Okay. So I mean, so then that's my answer. Then I think that we feel like because we're caring, nurturing, we feel that we can fix something. Um, and sometimes the very thing that we want to fix either cannot be fixed or we just simply cannot fix it, for whatever reason it may be. And it doesn't mean that, and it doesn't mean to take away that. So so if I can't fix a situation, it doesn't mean that I failed at fixing the situation. Maybe it just means that the situation wasn't meant to be fixed. Maybe the situation was meant to be exactly what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I gotta take on this. I think because that question kind of has a implied understanding that women have a difficult time in comparison to men, right? That's the implication, because what else are you comparing it to? And my thought is that women actually care about people more than men do. Men just don't care about people as much as women do.
Definitely that. Definitely that. I agree. Definitely that.
Yeah. Like women just care about people, whether it's about what they think, how they're doing, whether they just care about people more. They care about people more. So when you care about like part of it is because women are a lot more in tune to social status, right, than men are. So that in being in tune to social status makes you care about your your reputation, right? Women are, and usually the number one weapon that women use against each other is reputation savaging, right? They're always gossiping about, telling some type of story about somebody else. right? So that their actual weapon is around the same area where they tend to have the most insecurities. There's also the aspect of just general survival. Because women are typically weaker than men, um, you want to clan together in groups, and that means this other person that may be struggling right now may potentially be in a position to help me protect myself in the future. So I got to help them, because if they fail, I die. Right? There's a survival aspect to it as well. So women are just more ingrained to care about people. Hence why they tend to be nursing. Like, don't get it twisted as if it's fully selfish. But I think everything that anybody does eventually comes down to some type of self-serving motivation. Like, the only reason you care about something is when you care about it. So that means it's about you, first off. And you see it as an ultimate benefit. Why do we care about anything? Because eventually it's an ultimate benefit to yourself.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm like, did I break the people? What happened?
So wait a minute. So you think that there are people that do things because they care about people, but at the end of the day, they do it because I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. So like you're saying that they're doing it not because they care about people, but because they care about what? Their image of caring about people?
That could be a possible motivation as well, right? Where it's not necessarily character focused, right? A lot of women do present, false virtue, right? They pretend like they care. Oh my God, can you believe this and this happened? That's so sad. But after that statement, there's no further follow up. There's no further actions. There's no like that. That's a pretense of virtue.
I'm sorry, Maurice. I couldn't answer. All women are not like that. I'm pretty sure the
Say again.
phenomenon with feelings isn't like that. Or I speak for the women that aren't like that. Okay.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying all women, but y'all act like y'all don't know these women,
Hey.
right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying all women, but women have this one tendency that we got to point out. Like, they do present that false virtue, right? Oh my God, that's so sad.
Women,
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, some women do, but I no, yeah, you
Oh
about to
man,
piss me off.
yeah, there it is.
Um,
There it is.
you
It's
about
been
to
a
piss
while.
me off.
It's been a while.
Cora about to meet Jasmine.
what is that?
I'm just saying, like, but most women who actually present that are genuine in their efforts and what they do. You have some who just want to what do you call it, virtue
Virtue
signal?
signal. Yeah.
Yeah, and just want to seem like they're this wonderful woman and caring person. Yes, you do have some, but for the most part, if if people are doing women are doing certain things, I'll give you an example. A couple of weeks ago, there's a woman. She lives in a house up the street. I ain't gonna dig into her big personal business too much, but she got a husband. He on drugs. He in and out of rehab, but she has four small daughters, right? And let me put my camera on. She has four small daughters, and so we were talking, and I was like, well, I got a daughter. She's 5, and you have a daughter that's 5, and maybe we should get together so they can play together, mind you. And her name is Jessica too, by the way, white girl. And she invited me into her home, and her home was trashed. I mean, it was a mess. It was a mess. Do you know the next day Jessica went to her house and cleaned her house? This Jessica went to
Oh,
her house and cleaned her house.
you speak
I
of
didn't
yourself
do
in
it for
third
pay.
person.
Listen, I didn't do it for pay. I know she has 4 daughters under the age of 5. She works and she's going through some shit. So I went and I cleaned her house for nothing. I didn't ask her for anything. I just wanted her to have the opportunity to come home one day and not have to clean up or not have to look at the mess.
If I could restate something I said earlier, so it's not to be confused.
But what I'm saying is, you wouldn't have known that if I didn't just say that. I didn't tell nobody else that. The only person that knows that is my husband.
Yeah, let me.
We need you. We need you. No.
She ran away. She done hit her face. Like, that's nice.
Cora said, "We need you. We need you."
Look, Jessica.
Oh, damn.
For some reason, you muffled.
Look at that.
Wait, what you say?
She's trying
I
to get
can't
her
hear
house
you, Cora.
Yeah,
I said, you over here like, Jessica,
come clean our house.
please,
Yeah.
please.
Now, like I was saying before, the one statement that I just want to reiterate is y'all act like you don't know these women that I'm talking about. Right? I said that, right?
I think if you are okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, Jessica. If she's in the house taking care of her husband in her house and she minding her business, you normally don't see outside women. You just know you. So if you're out there and you associate with certain women and they tell you, yeah, because a lot of women put up the front. But if you minding your own business and you handling your household and who you are, you really ain't gonna notice the other women until you hear conversations like this. I mean, what you think?
Right. Like I said, I only, like I said, nobody would have ever known about that besides my husband, because he was like, you crazy as hell to do that. And I was like, no, I said, I'm going to help her. But some people, I guess my point is that not everybody does it for gratification or, the virtue signaling thing. Some people literally do care about another person, and me and her don't talk every day. She's not my best friend. She don't come over. We don't hang together. Yeah, every once in a blue, Monica will play over there, or they'll come over here and play with chickens because they love the chickens, But at the end of the day, I just saw somebody needed help, and I was like, okay. Matter of fact, I looked like a damn fool because I was sitting there. I was pulling my damn vacuum cleaner and my cleaning supplies, going up the road to her house, But again, it's just I'm just pointing out that everything that women do doesn't necessarily mean that like they're looking for something in return or looking at a person a different way just because they're going through a situation. Sometimes we just be like, okay, you need help? I got you. And that's kind of what you were trying to say. Like,
no, it's not. No, it's not.
Sometimes
I'm
that
waiting for you to finish.
and I'm not saying that there aren't women. Hold on real quick before you say, because I know what you're about to say, because I know you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I understand that there are some women that do it in that manner, where they just do it for, I don't know, for whatever reasons they have doing it, where they want to say that, oh, I'm this and I'm that and I'm better than this person and better because I did this and I did that. But most women are really not like that.
I didn't say
not at least. Okay, hold on. Let me add this. At least not the ones I know. So to be fair, at least not the women I know.
I'm not saying most women. And I did say a lot, and I think you're conflating a lot of things. There's my word again. I think so. I'll take responsibility for that because I dumped a lot. All right. There was the aspect where I said that, the whole virtual signal thing. That was completely separate from the whole selfish thing I was talking about. The self-centered, selfish, not self-serving is what I said. Thing that I was talking about. So these are kind of two different not perspectives, but lenses that you can look at, or that I'm approaching it at. The whole self-serving thing, I don't think anybody's above that. That's what I'm trying to say. Nobody's above self-serving. I mean, yes, you did a wonderful thing for this woman, Jessica, down the road, this, that, the other. And I'm pretty sure that comes from this like underlying ethos within you that says, people in need, you should help them, right? If they're in need and you're capable of helping them, you should help them, right? Would you agree that's like the underlying ethos?
Well, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
In her circumstance, I absolutely believe that she needed some help, and
Yes.
I was willing to give that to her.
I would add that underlying ethos comes from the ethos of, well, I would hope that if I was in a similar situation, somebody else would do that as well.
No, well, not for me.
So you don't hope that?
I won't say that I don't hope that, but I don't expect it.
I didn't say expect. Right? I used the word hope intentionally. You would hope that if you were in a similar situation, somebody would do that. So much so, if somebody did do that for you, I would highly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, yes, absolutely. I can agree with that.
So,
but that's not the reason why I do it.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying when I say underlying ethos, like it's like.
But your word underlying. But you have to think of your word underlying. So you're trying to say that the underlying condition of me doing what I did is that I would hope that somebody would do that for me. And if somebody were to do that for me, I would be appreciative of it. No doubt. So I do agree with that part, but I don't do it in hopes that someday that would be reciprocated upon me.
Okay. When I say underlying ethos, this is the STEM area of empathy. The only way you can empathize is if you can imagine it happening to you. That's the only way to empathize. So the fact that the only reason you know this is even good to do is that you're imagining it happening to you.
Question.
Okay.
Just a question for Jessica, and it's, if she was Black, would you still help her?
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna send you my number in the chat box right now. Thank you,
Is she taking a poll over there? What's going on?
No, she said, hallelujah. I'm going to send you my number now.
She's just trying to get a husband.
Because, see, I'm a woman, and I'm a woman who has children. And yes, to an extent of what Maurice said, I can empathize because I couldn't imagine myself being in her situation where she has a husband who is on drugs, in and out the house, not being there. And she has 4 children under 5 years old. 4 children under 5. So you don't even have like the 10-year-old that can watch the 5-year-old. Like, you got 4 kids under the age of 5. You're working, you're going to school, you're trying to hold this household down. You don't really have no help. And again, I don't care if you're Black, white, Hispanic, Indian. If you're my neighbor and you're my friend and you're kind to me and I can help you, I'm going to help you.
All right. Going back to my thing, do you think you can get to that second step without that first step, where the first step was the hope concept and the second step was the actual like the understanding of the benefit of doing it for somebody else?
The benefit for me is that I helped somebody.
No, you didn't answer the question. You're not listen to the question very carefully.
Okay.
Do you think you can get from that first step of hope? Like that's where the fact that you hope that somebody would do this for you in the future if you were in that same situation.
No, because I don't
hold on,
even
let me
think
finish the question. Because you're not answering the question. All right, there's that first step of hope that somebody would do something better for you. That's the first step. The second step is you go out and do this thing for that person because you understand that this is a good thing for that person, right? Can you think it's possible to get to that second step without the first step?
I do.
Okay, what would you base that second step on?
Because I don't expect people to do things for me.
You keep saying that word expect. I'm not using that word expect intentionally. Because there's no expectation.
I don't okay. I don't hope people do that for me.
But we just agreed that you do hope that somebody would do something like that for you.
It would be nice if I were in that situation. I'm not disregard. Hold on, let me answer. You asked me a question, now let me answer. It would be nice if somebody knew I was in that situation and they were capable of coming to help me to do that. But that is by far not the reason why I do the things that I do for people. I do it because I see that person is in need of help.
Yeah, you keep smuggling words.
I feel that you're never truly blessed until you become a blessing to someone else. Okay. So me doing that one small kindness, just going, and I only cleaned her downstairs. I didn't even go upstairs. I just cleaned downstairs. Me doing that one bit of kindness, to me, when she came home from work, she didn't have to clean up. She didn't have to do anything but sit down and breathe. Even if it was just for one day. If I could bring her that kindness and I could bring her that little bit of relief, then that's a blessing. And yes, that blessing will come back to me. Whether it's somebody says, "Oh, Jessica, do you need help cleaning your house?" Or whether it be, I don't know, just an officer pulling me over and say, "Hey, just slow down and keep it moving." I don't know what the blessing is to come. I just know that if I continue to bless people with what my capabilities are to do, because I'm not rich, I can't give you money. So if I can do this little kindness, then I do that. And then I know that it's going to come back to me. So I don't expect anything back. I don't expect anything back.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
Hold on, Dedrick and Cora. Am I saying something wrong?
No, you're not. I never said you were saying something wrong. The thing is, you're agreeing with me, but you're fighting the fact that you agree with me.
What is she?
No, I'm not.
What part is she fighting about? That's what I'm trying to figure out, Maurice.
Say again.
What part is she fighting about? Let me know.
She won't. She's stating like, she doesn't hope, but then she'll smuggle the word expect. I'm not saying expect. She'll smuggle in the word that's the reason. I'm not saying that's the reason. Right? These are two concepts. What you expect or the reasoning for doing things is not based on hope. The hope is that it would be nice, which is the word that she used. That was the phrase that she used. It would be nice if somebody. That's hope.
So
it's the same thing.
You don't think you're trying? Okay, I'm just gonna say be black. Okay, you don't think you're trying to catch her up in the fact that she's being nice, and maybe you might have some type of offense about it because people shouldn't just be nice. Do you believe in God at the end of the day, even though we're imperfect? Because for real, our purpose is to love one another, and when you do that, some people believe in karma, and it comes back. Sometimes, like, it's going to come back regardless. I would have been the type of person that would have been like, "Here go a little something, thank you, because I appreciate it." That just lets you know my character. I don't know what white girl had going on. But the thing is, even if her husband was like this and she working and this going on, she in return maybe baked you a pie, did you something like that. But some she's but at the end of the day, if she would have took you to the store, took you out, got you something to eat, either way, I think, that would have been beneficial. Did Maurice get off? Coming for him. Sorry. But anyway, I think there's a God at the end of the day. That's all.
Right. And all I'm saying is that I don't expect, nor do I hope for anything back in return. I just do things because, and I'll go to Miss Cora when she said karma. I'm a huge believer. I'm a spiritual person. I'm a huge believer in the universe, and what you put out into the world is what you get back. So I believe in being kind to people, but I don't expect, nor do I even hope. And I think that's the point that he's missing. I don't hope that she comes to my house and says, here's a pie I baked for you. No, you good, Mom. Matter of fact, go give that to your kids. I'm good. I didn't do it for any kind of payback from you. I did it because you needed help, and I saw that you needed help. I was available to give you that help. Wish I could have done more, but I did what I could possibly do, and at the end of the day, I will be blessed more in the long run because I was kind to somebody without the expectation or the hope of that person reciprocating it back to me. Now,
you don't hear the blatant contradiction in what you're saying. You don't hear the blatant contradiction.
Let me finish. Can I be fair to say that I'm hoping that my blessings will return to me? Yeah, that's fair to say. Because again, the one thing that my father taught me is that you are never blessed until you become a blessing to others. And that doesn't need to be financial. That could be anything. That could be a conversation. Somebody just needs to vent. That could be me cleaning her house. That could be just me sitting outside with her on the porch and talking to her and having a drink with her because she wants to vent. So, those little blessings, they do come back to you. And that's why I feel that I'm blessed. I feel I'm blessed because I take every opportunity that I can to become a blessing to someone else. And I don't do it in the hopes of repayment or the expectation of repayment, but I do feel like I will get it back in return in my blessings.
Now, here's the question. Would you continue doing these things if you felt like you never would get blessed?
Yeah.
Or we can even add that even if you did this, you'd probably be cursed. Would you still do it?
Yes.
God, I agree with you.
Because I know that I'm doing the right thing.
Okay. I mean, honestly, no. This is where we get into that concept of suicidal empathy. Like, what you're doing? Hold on. I'll let you rock. Let me rock. You get to the point where you're doing all these good things, quote unquote good things, whatever you want to call those things. That's fine. You do all these good things for all these people around you, and you continue doing it, but in the process, you're getting essentially cursed. Or negative things are happening all around you. People are neglecting you. People are not doing anything for you. Everybody is just basically using you, right? And you continue to help them. This is the definition of suicidal empathy.
No.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead, Dedrick.
Hold on. Because you just moved the goalpost.
Me?
Because that's not what she said. Yes, because that's not what she said.
Okay, let me clarify this because I know you think I moved the goalpost. I'm not moving it. I'm just saying the way she's speaking, you can easily move that into suicidal empathy. right? Because there's got to be a limit breaker. When you do nice
But
things
this
for
was
people or beneficial things for people, right? There is this
okay.
understanding or hope that if you were in the same situation, people would do the same for you. Hence why you do it,
No,
because you understand the empathy
no,
around it.
no.
Okay.
I get that side of it, but that's not the expectation she had going into
There
it.
you go with that word
She went in
expectation.
there
I'm
seeing
not
a
using the
need.
word expectation. I'm not using the word reasoning. These words, you got to stop using
We're
it
not
to try to represent what I'm trying to say. There's
listen.
hope.
No, we're not talking about the words that you're using. We're talking about what she went in there doing when she saw there was a need. She went in there and said, "Hey, I can help with this, and I'm going to help with this." She didn't say I'm going to help with it every time. She didn't say I was going to. She didn't. That's not the way she was processing that, because based off of what she said to us, she saw that the house was a mess, and she had 4 kids under the age of 5 years old. So she went in there to help. She didn't go in there with any kind of expectation. Yes, I'm using that damn word.
Oh, there you
She
go. I'm
didn't
not
go in
using
there
it.
with any kind of expectation from her or any kind of reciprocity from her. She went in there with a genuine heart to help. So that's what I got from what she just said. She didn't say
And I don't
anything
disagree
about
with it. I don't disagree with any of
so
that.
okay, but
Okay,
the
now
suicidal
are we
empathy, I don't
clear now
get.
that you're not understand what I'm saying? Because I don't disagree with what you just said. I don't disagree with that position at all.
So where did the suicidal empathy come from?
All right, that was a move step forward. Let's go back because we don't have to go there. Okay,
Okay.
I was just trying to show the other side of the spectrum because if okay,
But the thing
again,
is,
I'm
hold
using
on,
this word.
no.
I'm using this word underlying ethos. Right. This is the underlying ethos is what is that underlying motivator. It's subconscious. We're not actively thinking about it. It's biological in nature. Right. I'm putting words to it, but it doesn't really mean that we actually have words to it. It's like, why do we hunt for food? Because something inside my body says that it needs food and I'm hungry. That's the underlying ethos. You see, that's why I'm hunting for food. Well, this person hunts for food, this person forages for food, but it's still connected by that underlying ethos of hunger, right? Same thing with the reason we do anything nice for anybody. Whenever we do show that act of kindness, that act of love towards something almost that we deem selfless. I don't like the word personally, but just so I get my expression across here, that we deem selfless, we do it with this understanding that, oh, if I was in that situation, I would hope somebody would do that for me. That's where empathy even comes from.
That I can look. I can really honestly tell you that that's not why I do it.
No, I didn't say that's why you.
I remember
You explained why
there
you
was
did it. I fully
there's
agree with why you did it. I'm
look
saying the
there's
why
look.
you did it. It's explained by another why. Why did you
Yeah, but
do?
you make it sound like I expected something in return.
Why you have to say it that way? I made it sound like
That's
when I
what you
clear.
because
No,
that's how
no.
I'm interpreting what you're
Hey,
saying.
okay, but I clearly said you can remove the word expectation. I clearly said you can remove the word reasoning. If
You
you
said
remove the word
I would
expectation,
hope that somebody did it for me.
okay,
And guess what? If somebody didn't do it for me, I would still figure out a way for me to do it for myself. I didn't do it because I thought that, oh, I would hope somebody would do this for me. I did it because I saw a need and I was like, she needs help. And it was like no question about me going to help this woman.
okay. You're trying to make this a character thing, and I promise you, it's not a character thing. Yeah,
No,
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying.
trying to make it anything. I'm telling you what it is. There's
Okay,
there's no trying in anything.
Okay.
I'm telling you why I did it. I can't speak for the other 20 million women on earth or however many women it is. I can't speak for anybody else on this, the 350, no, I'm sorry, the 8 billion people on the planet. I can't speak for not near one of them, but I can speak for Jessica Fields. And I did not do it because of hopes that somebody would do that for me if I was in that situation. And I did not do it for anything to be reciprocated towards me. I did it because I saw a need. There was another, and I don't even brag about these things. And that's one of the things I never really do. There's another time I went to Walmart. There's a woman out there. She's asking for money. I didn't have any cash. I went and bought a bucket of chicken and some juice. The Minute Maid juice. They was $1.50 a piece on rollback. $1.50 a piece. I bought 2 things of juice. I bought a bucket of chicken and some bread. And I took it out to her. And I said, hey, you gonna be out here in 30 minutes? She was like, yeah. I came home. Billy looked at me like I was crazy because I ran up to Monica's room because they had a daughter. And the daughter was all tattered. Her clothes was dirty. You could tell they was living in their car. I'm digging through the closet. Anything that was that I thought would fit this little girl, I got it. And then before I left, I grabbed a teddy bear. And I grabbed the teddy bear and I put everything in the bag and I sat in that Walmart parking lot for 20 minutes. And when she came out, I finally saw her because I thought I had missed her. And she went to the car and I gave her the stuff. I gave her the clothes. And then I handed the little girl the stuffed animal. And the little girl smiled. I didn't do that for gratification. It made her happy. It made the parents happy, but shit, if you're begging for money for food, I know you ain't got money for a stuffed animal. So I don't do things that I do for gratification or for reciprocation. I don't do it for none of those things. I do it because I truly care as a human being. It doesn't matter if somebody would do it for me. It doesn't matter to me. My thing is that I want to do it for somebody else. But again, the one thing that I will agree with you with, but I think of it more as a blessing than a hope. I feel that if I'm blessed. I have a house to come to. You know, I have a family to come to. I have a husband to come to. I have groceries. I have everything that I need in my household. If I can be a small blessing to somebody else, I know that God will continue to bless me because I'm a blessing to somebody else. So this whole concept of, you hope that if it were you, somebody would do it for you. No, that's not why I do it. I can't speak for nobody else, but that's not why I do it. I land my plane.
You sure?
Yeah, I land my plane because it's pissing me off.
Every time that plane hits the ground, it takes off again, bro. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how else to say this other than what I'm talking about is the why for the why, right? Why did you go to her house and clean it? Because, you know, you felt that she could actually use that. You know, obviously you saw a person in need and you fulfilled the need. Now, my answer is, why do you feel that you need to fulfill that need? That's the answer I'm answering. That's a question I'm answering, I should say. There's the why to the why.
Because she's a single mom with a husband on drugs and got 4 kids under the age of 5. And I know how it feels to have young children. And so therefore she needed help. End of story. Okay. There's nothing else to dive deeper on this. Okay. It really isn't.
Okay.
She needed help. Okay. I helped her.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Oh, me? No, God.
Yeah, you.
No. No more questions. I think
Okay,
we're all
good.
set.
Good. Let's lay this one to rest then. That's what it is.
Don't worry, he'll come back. Because I'm gonna catch you
No,
somewhere else.
because guess what? Guess what, Maurice? I do it for you.
I didn't say what I have to do with anything.
I'm just saying, no, I would do the listen. If you had your boys, right? And I came to your house
Oh my
and
God.
I saw, hold on, and I saw that there was a need. Let's say that you're busy at work all the time. You know, the boys is doing, all their sports and school and stuff. And I'm your friend. Let's say I stopped by to visit and I saw your house was a mess. You think I'm gonna sit there and judge you because your house is a mess? Or do you think that I was gonna pick up a sponge or a cloth and help you clean or clean it and say, yo, go ahead and do what you gotta do. I got you. You think that I would ask anything of you?
That wasn't
Honest
rhetorical.
question.
That wasn't rhetorical. Like, you know what that has to do with anything we're talking about? Because I already
I'm
said that.
asking you a question. Just answer the question.
Okay.
If I came to your house and I saw your shit was upside down,
Yep.
and I know that you're busy and you're taking care of your sons by yourself, and you needed a little bit of help, if I went in there and I picked up a sponge and started cleaning, do you think that I would do that because I expect something in return?
Yes. Oh no.
Or do you think that I was just being a friend
Oh,
to you and
see,
trying to help you?
see, I would choose. I would say it would be the latter. If you end up doing something like that for me, it would be the latter. It's because you did it out of the pure kindness of your heart. You're not looking for anything benefit. It was based off of the relationship that we have, or the fact that you see me as a human being in need. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm nothing I've ever said in this whole discussion goes against that. And this is where I'm saying you're missing what I'm talking about altogether. Because there's always a why to the why.
Okay, well, I want to hear Dedrick and Cora now, because maybe I'm crazy, but I want somebody to tell me I'm not crazy.
See, Jessica be saying stuff. She just told me to shut up. That's what she did. She just told me to shut up. All right, cool.
Y'all say my name?
No, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Cora. Go ahead.
Well, y'all was saying my name. I'm trying to figure out what part you want to come in on. Like tag, you're it.
You're good, Cora. You're good.
I think Jessica just tagged you in.
Yeah, you tell me.
You told me to answer, Jessica. Come on, let's do it.
Or Dedrick, one of the two, because I'm tired of talking to Maurice, because it's like beating a dead horse right now, because we done gone back and forth.
Well,
I said what I said, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm the crazy one, because he keeps trying to say that, like, when people do good things, that they do them only in hopes to get good things back.
No.
But there are a lot of people in the world that do good things because they just want to do good things for people that need help.
No, I never said that.
That's what you implied. You
That's
may
not
not
my
have said
implication
it out
either.
loud, but that's what you implied.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not in the slightest.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
I mean, does Maurice do you go to church?
I grew up in church my whole life. I more or less in my adult life, I stopped going to church.
Oh, okay. So that just answers my question. That's all.
Why? You was going to judge me because I was churchy? When you realized you couldn't judge me, what happened, Cora? Come on, bring it.
I like to get understanding of each person. I understand a person for a person. That's all. And then character development is two different things. So you can go to church and then you can be the church, or you can know about love, or you can be love. Everything has its meaning that works together, whether you're perfect or you're imperfect. So the thing is, your inside will come on the outside. How you feel, it would exuberate all over. So that's just all I'm saying. Not too many words.
No. Hold on. We're gonna go back to that question. You asked if I went to church. There was a reason for that question. Because if I had answered one way or another, you would have got a different understanding. I need to know the understanding you got after I gave my answer.
That may take a couple of lessons because your thinking goes deeper. So it's like, you know how people have like a smoke break. I have like a conversation communication break. So it's a deeper thinking. The understanding that you have may take about I give you like a good 2 hours, maybe less, because you might catch on visually. But I asked if you go to church because it will help me understand where you're coming from, or you may have had some altercations along your journey in life to cause you to think the way you do, to express it in that way. And maybe you just might like confrontation. You might just be that type of person. Who knows? But the fact that you used to go to church, you got some understanding, which shows me that. But if you say you did or you didn't, that just there's levels to this. That's all. And you just might have had some hardships, That's all.
Yeah. So you saying I have a chip on my shoulder, and that's why? Because you said a whole lot to say that.
I'm just saying you might have been through some stuff.
I'm not in a conversation, but I just want to say I rock with one.
Yeah, baby. That's what's up, baby. I heard all that.
We over here cutting up and down. Telling you it's live over here in 301 Salon Suites. We coming in with my girl. We just can't. Yeah, all that.
Yeah, that's my homegirl. Yo, you better do her hair right.
Yeah, she's just typing them up. Yeah, typing them up. And she got her hair
No,
done.
you understand what I'm talking about. Yo, give her the phone. Give her the phone. We need to hear from her.
He knows what he's talking about. For real.
Yeah. Explain to them. Explain it, because they need to hear from somebody else besides me.
Let's see if you explain what he was saying, if he was whatever he was saying.
Let's
See.
go.
I'm the same way.
Okay.
If I'm doing something for you, I would hope, and I get what you're saying, that the person does something back, and that's the average person. I mean, like all that. No, what's her name? Justina. No,
Jessica.
Jessica. Oh, sorry, Jessica. No disrespect, but that's not real. That's not reality.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is,
And it's not.
I mean, everybody has their own thing. I'm more so with Jessica. Like, I like doing nice things for people just because of me. It makes other people feel welcome when they come in, they sit, and it's because that makes me happy. So I'm satisfying myself, whether they do something back or not. So if the fact that me, go ahead. The fact that me growing up, and
people are expecting something.
That's true, because that's what the world has.
Saying that's just the truth.
Yo, I appreciate home. I didn't get her name. I appreciate homegirl.
Jane.
Let me just say this. I appreciate homegirl. Jane. Is that her name of Jane?
Jane Doe.
Yeah.
Jane, right? Jane.
That's Jane.
Okay. I appreciate Jane, but like you closer to everybody, but you're still a little bit off. But I do appreciate your addition. Yeah.
All right, I appreciate some.
Here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is sometimes everybody don't have the capacity to do for you as you've done for them. So it's a bad mentality to go into it with the expectation that someone would do it for you. You can't expect you from other people. You can't do that. You got to go into it. So if you got a sincere intention, then you go and do what your sincerity is going to lead you to do. But you can't sit there and be like, well, I hope they'll do that for me. You can't do that. You just do what you're going to do because it's in you to do. Now, if they do something nice for you, that's cool. But you can't expect you from other people because you'll be disappointing yourself every time.
If you're a parent, perfect example. You got kids.
Yeah.
You can't expect your kids to do nothing good for you. You got to wholehearted. It's like making a sacrifice. So if you have kids, them mojos is not going to give you nothing back. If they get older, maybe, but you got to do with an expectancy. So this is the same love that you have for one another. And the whole thing I'm saying about church is because church gives you a foundation of what their beliefs is when it comes to love and how God is. But Jessica, and I mean, you could just be genuine people. Not a lot of people are like that. That's why they come one in a dozen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what Jane is saying about it not being a reality. I get what she's saying because in this world, it's a transactional world we live in, and a lot of people don't do things without expectation for them to be receiving too. So that's the kind of world we live in. but we
Yeah.
do have a lot of us out here who do genuinely give of ourselves or whatever the case is, and without expectation, because everybody can't give you anything. Everybody don't have the capacity to give you anything. So you can't just do that and expect somebody to do something for you. But I get what Jane was saying, because in this world, Lord have mercy. Yeah.
Every time you say in this world, that lets me know that something that you went through has caused you to feel that way. And as you get older, you can't say she's going to be 70 years old, still looking young and beautiful as she is, and she's going to be thinking the same way. I think when you're 70, your whole mindset changes. Same thing for Maurice, same thing for anybody, because 70-year-old seniors, all they think about is making a knit crochet sweater, and it's beautiful. Everything else doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, these are lessons in life that you grow and attain to as you get older. So you can tell me all that BS you want. I think Jessica's just at a happy place with herself, and she's been like that for a minute. She's happy, and it's okay to be happy. That's all I'm saying. You know, forget the world. We make it our own mentally.
Now, what you said, now it wasn't anything that happened to me. It's what my observation is, because my observation is showing me that people think a certain way. A lot of people are very cynical. A lot of people are they're not very optimistic. Let me put it that way. So it's it's sad. You got clusters of us that are, but in this is a transactional type of nation, and from what we see on social media, from what we see in interviews, from what we see on with everything that we see, it's always transactional coming out of people's mouths. And you're like, well, dang, do you have any character whatsoever? I mean, do you have any kind of integrity about yourself? Like, it's always material. It's always, well, if I'm gonna be around you, you're gonna pay for my time. Well, ma'am, I don't even know if I like you, but you want me to pay for your time? You want me to pay for everything? All I'm trying to do is talk to you to see if I even like you. So it's a very, very transactional world we live in, to the point to where I would love to do something out of the bottom of the goodness of my heart, but you gonna call me broke if it's not what you expect.
It's called ignorance, honey. It's called leave them. It's called walk away. Let's take a deeper dive, because honestly, when I first heard the story, the first thing I thought was, my goodness, this sounds bad. Her husband's on drugs or whatever. But I did also hear the part that she is a white lady, and I heard the story. No, seriously, I heard the story through those eyes, looking at it through those lenses, and I'm like, oh my gosh, in this country, there's all these opportunities that are directed and made for them for a better life. And so I'm listening to this, and I couldn't wrap my mind around just being a Black woman in 2026, cleaning a white lady's house out of the goodness of my heart. So that was how I looked at it. And that's not coming from a place of hate. That's just coming from a place of reality. So it was really hard for me to even swallow the story, but I got to say, no disrespect to you for what you chose to do, but it'll be really hard for me to do something like that in 2026.
And I understand that, but I am Black and German, right? Yeah. So I'm half and half, and I don't view. I know race, but I don't see race. If
that's
that
me.
Makes sense.
That's I'm
I'm a woman first and foremost.
I live with. I usually go at the house.
So I'm a woman, and I'm a mother, and I'm a wife first and foremost. But when you ask me the question, if I would have done it for a Black woman, I have.
I'm all about being Black first when I leave the house, so I see race. And so it's even hard for me to hear a person who is half Black and half white saying that they don't see race. How can you not see race in a country that is based on race, and the things that we're going through is all about race right now? But no disrespect. Everybody sees things the way they do, but I cannot see myself cleaning an able-bodied white
woman's house in 2022. Hey, just can't.
Give me your cut.
But to each their own. I gotta run though. I gotta hold peace and blessing. Yes. All right.
Jane was trying really hard not to be
Hold
offensive.
on. Peace and blessings, as you just said. Peace and blessings. If I came to your house, listen. Are you gonna listen?
Okay.
If I came to your house and there were dishes in the sink and there was shit everywhere, well, not shit, like I'm just saying, like stuff, and there was stuff everywhere, and I knew that you were a working woman, a single mother whose husband was on drugs and was in and out of the house, do you think that I would have done the same thing for you?
Yeah,
Does
that was
it matter does it matter the race of the person, or does it matter? We are women.
Do the same.
We are women. If you're in that same situation, I would do the same thing for you. It does not matter that she's a white woman. Hold on, I can't hear you.
I'm saying that you should see me and want to do it. I should see you and want to do it. There should be no question there. So I think I see where you're trying to go with the comparison, but at the end of the day, based upon what I'm saying, there's really no comparison.
Can I ask you a question, Jane?
Sure.
If you was in a similar situation and a white woman came to offer you help, would you take it?
No, well, see, oh my God, that's a real personal question because I have to be real with you. I won't trust it.
Okay. And the reason I asked that question is
the reason why I'm saying that is I don't understand if Black people realize the situation in this country that we're currently in, what's going on, the dynamics between the two races. No, absolutely not. You're not coming into my house. I'm not showing you my dirt. I'm not giving you an opportunity to speak in a negative way about me when you leave the house. I'm not letting you into my personal space. Would I let somebody else that I feel might relate more to me and be genuine in it? Yes. But in that situation, absolutely not.
So I'm gonna ask you again. Okay, I'm biracial. I'm Black and white, right? So if I'm your friend and I see, matter of fact, when I said something about me cleaning her house, you was like, girl, come on over here. You said that, right? Remember that? Because we can rewind it.
I did.
You said that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So would you be okay?
German.
Would you be okay with me coming to clean your house?
No, you German. I'll say it for you, Jane. No, hell no. You German. Get your German blood in your German hands out of my house. Right? I got you, right, Jane?
Let me look at the situation for what it is. Everybody's different, okay, honey?
That's a cop out. That's a cop out. Everybody different.
But the thing here, no. Hold on for a minute. Are we not all women?
Oh Lord.
My goodness, don't get me started because
no, and hell no.
T.
Hold on, let me put my camera on.
T.
Hell no. Are we not all women? Do we not all? Hold on. Stop.
Okay.
Do we not all bleed? Do we not all bear pregnancy?
Lord.
Do we not go through issues? Whether you're married and your husband's at work and you're dealing with the children in the household by yourself, or whether your husband's on drugs and you dealing with the household by yourself, or maybe both of y'all work and both of y'all trying to deal with the household, right?
You know, I'm
Are we
listening.
not
I'm
all
listening to
women?
I'm listening to you, and I'm trying to be respectful. But if you know anything about affirmative action, you will know that the largest beneficiaries of affirmative actions were
Hold
white
on.
women.
Can you
White
rewind that?
women,
Hold on.
white
I missed.
women, hold on, white women.
I
Wait,
missed
wait a
That
what
minute.
you
Wait a minute.
said.
Wait a minute.
Can
Wait a
you
minute. Wait, wait,
rewind
wait.
that?
white women.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Back up and start over again because you were muffled most of the time.
Oh,
So
I said
start over so
white.
we can hear what you were saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. So white women were the major beneficiaries of affirmative action. If we were all women, like you like to casually say we're all women, that distinction would not have been made. Whereas if I go for a job as a Black woman and I'm standing next to a white woman, she would get hired before me if we were just all women. So we have to really be honest about the country that we live in. And saying that, oh yeah, this is the women's suffrage movement and we're all women together, that's baloney, man. Seriously, that's baloney. And I respect you, but that's baloney.
Okay, hold on. First of all, we were just talking about cleaning houses. We weren't even talking about like jobs and shit like that. So we were just hold on. Hold on.
Do I recognize my team? Can I go crying at the police station and get the same feedback as
You're
another
very
white,
muffled.
as a white
You're
woman?
very muffled. I can't hear you.
If I go to the police station, can I recognize my peers and get the same feedback as a white woman at a police station? I mean, I'm not treated the same way in society as white women. I'm not gonna fool myself and act like, yeah, I am, because we're all women. I mean,
Do you think hold on. Do you think that I am?
I don't know how you see yourself, but when I see you, I see a black woman. But I don't
They know
know.
I'm a nigga. I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed not. I'm not. I wasn't supposed to use that word. I'm sorry. They know I'm not them. You think I get treated nice just because I'm light skinned? Don't let the light skin fool you. Because as soon as I open my mouth, they be like, "Oh, you almost had us. We thought you was one of us, but
Yeah,
you
she
ain't
caught
one
me.
of us. You one of
I'll never forget
them."
when she caught me. She caught me good.
You're making my point. You're making my point. They don't see us all as just women. So I can't go and be like, oh, she's a woman like me. She can be in the same situation as me. Blah 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 blah. We live two different lives. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal, but certain choices that she made, I necessarily know that I can't get away with making those choices. I mean, the world's not going to be as forgiving to me. So, like, I value my time. So I would rather than clean her house, I'd rather like lend my time to an organization where I can help others that I can relate to. That's all I'm saying. Because we're on two different paths, you know. All right.
All right. Well, so
Okay,
Cora,
I'm
Cora,
hold on
let
real
everybody
quick,
know.
Dedrick, real quick.
Hold on.
Okay.
Jesus.
I love you, Miss Core. I do.
I love you. You love me.
But
Cora
I'm
over there trying
speaking
to keep
for
her customer
myself.
happy. That's what she's trying to
Hold
do.
on. I'm
What you say,
speaking.
Marie?
Shut up, Maurice. Shut up.
Damn, for real?
Yeah,
That's how
for
we
real,
gonna
right
do
now.
me? Oh Lord.
I'm speaking for myself. I would help a white woman, an Indian woman, an Asian woman, a Russian woman. I would help any woman because I understand that sometimes, as women, as a whole, not just black women, white, I don't give a shit about your race. We have it a little tougher
There's
than the men do. because they're used. They're
one at a time.
Let me fucking
Please.
finish.
Nah.
Because they're usually gone. They're out at work. They're doing whatever. We're sitting at home and we're dealing with whatever it is. If you're a single mother, forget about it, because then you're really dealing with all of the problems and all of the issues and everything like that. So if I can step in and help somebody, I would have done it for you, a Black woman. I did it for her, a white woman. If the African person up the street asked me, I do it for them.
He just said the African.
Yeah, no, I got an African family up the street.
Like,
my area is very diverse. We got white people, Black people, Asian people, Hispanic people. We got all types of people here in our neighborhood.
The African. No, the African.
Yes, the African, the white person, the Hispanic, the old white folks next door.
Like, you're like, all right.
What's wrong with being nice, regardless of what the person's race is?
You're missing the point.
No, I'm not missing the point. You're missing the point. You're missing the point because you can be nice.
You're the reason why we are where we are today.
Damn. Oh shoot. Hey. All right. Yo, we gotta put order here.
You are the reason.
God, bro.
Seriously. And this type of belief and behavior is why we are.
Yep.
I suggest doing some reading. It's fundamental.
Well,
I'm sorry. What? Girl, you talking about to one of the most educated women that I know is me. You talking about some reading? What would you like me to read? Please tell me what would you like for me to read.
No, we can allow
if you tell me what you want me to read, I will read it. I promise you. I will give you a whole book report on it. Tell me something you want me to read, and I promise you I probably already read it.
Talking about it.
Matter of fact, I hide my money in books because niggas don't read. I done said this word twice. I'm sorry, Desert.
What are you talking about? Reading is fundamental. It's fundamental. That's what I gotta say.
What would you like? Give me something you want me to read, and I will read it. Tell me what you want me to read.
Nah. Go to the library.
Tell me what you want me to read. Tell me what you want me to read.
Something from Abraham Kennedy.
I promise you, I've probably already read it.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want me to read.
Everything I said. Hey, y'all, reading is fundamental. I got you. Okay.
Tell me what you want me to read. I'm asking it's a simple request. If you can tell me what you want me to read, I will write it down. If I do not already own the book, I will order it from Amazon tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'll order the shit tonight. Tell me what you want me to read.
You do the work.
I'll wait.
I'm trying to help you, but this is the reason things are the way it is.
Tell me what you want me to read.
Hey, you thinking. You gotta folks gotta
tell me what you want me to read.
I am not going to be in your library. Walk into a library, get a library card.
You're not going to win this argument until you tell me what you want me to read. Give me a book that you want me to read that will enlighten me on what you are telling me that I should believe. No, Dedrick, hold on. No, Dedrick, no. I am the co-host, and no, you will not cut me off. Tell me what you want me to read, and I will read it.
Neither one of y'all are hearing each other. Nobody can hear anybody. So where are we going with this?
Huh?
Cora, stop following that girl, Cora.
Nobody's listening.
Stop following that girl, Cora.
She's asking you.
She going home.
She's asking
go
you
home,
what
Cora.
do you want her to read. She's saying, I'm not going to do the work for you. So it's going to be going in the circle over and over again. So what are we doing?
Cora about to go back into her shop, and we're gonna continue this conversation without Jane because
No, Cora about to go home.
Wherever she needs to go, she needs to move away from wherever that woman's going.
Yeah, because she's not that lady. That young lady's not listening. So, and Jessica asked
I
her
think
a
I asked a
simple
simple
question.
question. What do you want me to read?
Cora liked the drama. Yeah, Cora liked the drama, man.
I'm trying to figure out where is it going.
I am not above. I am not above reproach. I am not above education. If you tell me, hey, you should read this book by such and such, and it may enlighten you,
Cora, what are you
then I'm
saying?
gonna say, you know what? I will order that book and I will read it. But until you tell me what I can read,
Right.
you can't just tell me, oh, you just should read that. What I can read green eggs and ham. That ain't gonna make a fucking difference in what we talking about. So what do you want me to read?
She is at her car.
Okay,
Let me.
so Cora, what were you
Let me
saying?
make sure I can see first. That's what I was saying.
I can't hear you, Cora.
No, I'm about to start my.
What you said?
I'm about to start my talk. You was about to tell us to do something. I don't know if you was about to wrap it up or tell me something. Yeah, to go with. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we was about to promote the different. What was you saying? Something you was saying to do. I don't know if you was about to wrap it up or what.
Yeah, I was about to wrap it up because if you can't really have a discussion if everybody's talking at the same time. If everybody's talking at the same time, you really can't have a intelligent discussion if it's just talking. If you're just talking and then talking and then talking, well, what are you actually really listening to? So if someone asks you a question, provide the answer. If you don't have the answer, say I don't have the answer. But it has to be a discussion. You can't just say, well, because if you're saying reading is fundamental, okay, she just asked you, well, what should I read? So my whole point is that if we're not going to have an actual discussion, what's the whole point? Because we're talking in circles at this point. That was my whole point. We're just talking in circles. Because if you're not going to be objective and say, if somebody's asking you a question, then answer the freaking question. That's what we're here for. We're here to have the discussion. Now we're not going to run away from the discussion. That's one thing we're not going to do. But at the same time, if you're not going to contribute anything that's going to push the discussion forward, what are we doing? We're just talking in circles. Like if that's all I'm trying to say. Because all I'm seeing is a whole lot of lips moving and nobody's listening. She's not listening. That's all I'm trying to say. Like if you want to
if you want to start reading stuff from W.E.B. Du Bois, W.E.B. Du Bois, she said start there. Yeah, start there.
You can start with Thomas Sowell.
We've read his works.
We've read those books.
She said start there.
Yeah, start there. Yeah, W.E.
Those books have been read already.
W.E.B. Du Bois.
That's not new stuff. We read those things.
She asked me a question. Yeah. Are we going to criticize whether the stuff is new or not? Like, she asked me a question.
No, what I'm saying is, well, she said she said that she read that book or whatever book his works.
So if she read that book, if she has a different understanding and viewpoint of the world than I do, that's quite okay. Because it's fine. I know what I know and why I say what I say and think the way that I do, as she does too. Mm-hmm. Everything I said, mm-hmm. I ended it with all due respect. And the reason why I did that was because I respect what every other person thinks. And based on their experiences in the world, they're going to have different outlooks. And I'm not here to convince anyone to think like me, to have the same outlook as me, but I will stand by what I say, that the state of the people in this country is a definite reflection of a certain type of thinking. And if folks don't believe that or want to embrace it, that's fine too. But I'm sticking by that. So, you know, and again, no disrespect to her. All right. So let's tell where you all are from. And represent the hood. Let's do
So,
it.
so
301 Sweets.
if you want to talk about disrespect, first off, I don't appreciate being told to shut up. I don't be over talking to people. I'm just gonna throw that out there right quick. Also, regardless if you intended to disrespect or not, to say that you're the reason or people like you are the reason, blah blah blah, is just disrespectful. I don't care what the context is. I can't think of a context that wouldn't be disrespectful.
Hold on. I was in the hair salon. I'm sorry, because I was in the hair salon and I would never have. I just jumped on this and traditionally I would never participate in like any type of conversations like this. And I apologize for intruding because it wasn't. It's not my platform. No. And seriously,
this is for.
I stick by what I'm saying. It's a certain mindset. It's a certain mindset. And if people are offended by them, then I don't know what to say. But it's a certain mindset. It's the way that things are the way that it is. And we need to change that. We need to get a stronger perspective. And it has nothing to do, like I feel like she was trying to make it about, I would do it for other races because, you know, almost like this was a racist based thing. What I'm saying is not a racist based thing. What I'm saying is based in the reality where that lady has a different path and stands in a different way in this society than we do.
Okay, but in fairness, hold on. But in fairness, Miss Cora is the one that brought up, would I do it for a black woman? She brought up race. I didn't bring up race.
Miss Cora, when she brought that up, this is what the black woman said. Why is it that black people don't feel as if they should speak about race? Race is what we live in this country. When does speaking about race become taboo to the same black people that say racism?
No, we need to stop thinking about race all the fucking time. All the time. No, I'm not. Listen to me. All right, look, I'm about to pull my card.
Time out.
We don't need to focus on race all the time. Everything doesn't need to be about race. Yes, is there still racism in this country? Absolutely. Is there still racism? Hold on, let me finish. Shit.
I'm listening to you. What?
Is there still racism in the country? Absolutely. Whether it's white people, Asian people, I think every demographic has a touch of racism in them. It just is what it is. But we tend to focus on racism so much that it clouds the judgment of everything that we do. I'm not going to do something. Okay.
Right now because of racism.
All right, no, I'm done talking. I'm done talking.
Do not minimize other people's pain because it is what it is. If you're so empathetic as you claim to be, then you will be empathetic to people that their lives are being uprooted right now because of this construct. So you can't be one without the other. You're empathetic to the broke white lady down the block. You can be empathetic to African Americans that are facing things in this country that it is about race.
You don't think that I am? Well, hold on, no, fuck that. You don't think that I help African Americans, black people, foundational black American? No, shut up. No, like for real, because I'm really getting mad. And anybody that's been on this show and knows me knows that I don't really get pissed like this because you're really pissing me off. I do things for Black people, Asian people, Hispanic
Ma'am,
people,
hold on,
abortion
Jane.
people.
I'm gonna
I
give you
don't
a second
no
breather.
wait. I don't
Let
give
her
a damn
finish.
who I do it for because
Let her
I do it
finish.
for human freaking
Let
beings.
Jessica finish, and then you can continue to talk. But let Jessica finish, because right now you're just talking and you're not listening to what
She's like,
Jessica is trying to say to you. So you have to be able to be quiet long enough so that Jessica can say what she has to say right now.
You cannot say shut up to
Right
another
now,
adult.
all you're doing is talking and talking and talking and talking. Like,
No, I'm
give
good.
it a break
I'm done.
for a second
Dedrick,
so
I'm
Jessica
done.
can
I'm
finish.
done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not arguing with her. I'm done.
okay.
What's up, Cora? How you doing?
Hey, alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
you know, y'all. Okay. No, at first she didn't want to say anything, which I was like, okay, but I guess the question on the Black person thing was actually her question, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take that for a roll, but I didn't expect her to really jump in it like that. But you bring a whole nother side that I've never even seen out of her. But she was not. My phone's going on. Oh, shoot. That's my alarm. I didn't expect that to come out of her. Hopefully she's not mad. I still need to get paid. I was like, hold
I'm
on.
telling you, I saw you stressing out about that paycheck. I saw you stressing. I felt the stress. She like, and then Jessica over here trying to mess up her pockets, yo. Like I was like, yo, Cora is like blinking, like triple blinking. Cora was like triple blinking.
Yo,
Cora, here's the deal. Cora.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. The thing is that I understand what Jessica was saying the whole time, but the problem is when folks get so passionate about a thing, they block their ears and they just start talking. My thing is how are you going to even understand what Jessica is saying if you're too busy talking? I don't mind somebody. We've never minded other people having other points of view. You understand? Me and Jessica don't always agree with Maurice all 100% of the time. Damn. But we're not going to disrespect him and continue to talk over him and just obliterate anything he's got to say just for the sake of getting what we got to say out of the way.
I mean,
you have to be able to be
someone did tell me to shut up.
To hear somebody else's
perspective. I'm a little salty about that, you know.
That's all I'm trying to say.
I think she was getting to the point of, so her thing is, because we was actually talking about it earlier before the show about white people and how felt how slavery was. And it's crazy because I've been on that subject today and yesterday because a lot of people feel some type of way about it. I don't look at, like when you say to people, because I was talking to the 74-year-old man about it. He was a part of the Black Panther experience and all this other stuff. I don't look at race because I said it in the shop there, and I don't go back and forth to a certain point. Like if somebody says something, I'm like, okay, and then I leave it alone because that's just the person that I am. But with her,
that's your pocket stocking.
Huh?
That was your pocket stocking. No, go ahead.
Well, with her, a lot of people have passion behind something, and sometimes when you don't give too much feedback to something, it'll shut up eventually. But I don't tell grown women what to do. I let them have their voice, and if you get mad in the process, you'll get better. But some people don't, and that's what this whole thing was about too. When you asked that question earlier, how do you get over hurt? The question you asked earlier, Dietrich, you know what I'm talking about, Dedrick. Yeah. And so now, from whatever hurt that she's experiencing, because we were in the shop laughing the whole time, and it's just like coming, and then this subject comes up. So when she said the story about the lady that she cleaned the house, I'm looking at it like I grew up on fairy tales. Oh, what the heck? Like I make my own world in my head. Yes, there's slavery. Yes, there's this. I haven't even read. I got books in the house I like to read, but I don't even like talking about slavery or history and all of this other stuff. I think everybody is what it is. If white people are bad, okay, they're bad. If they're good, okay, they're good. But at the end of the day, it still counts on you. You have to make the world what it is. But with her, she has some experiences. Something's going on. Just like when Maurice says probably some things he don't understand. There's something there because you talk about what you go through. So now for Jessica to say, like, I'm like, okay, that's cool. If she tells you that I don't like cleaning other people's stuff, but that's her.
And that's understandable. That's all it should have been left at. But if she goes deeper into something and repeat the same thing over and over and over again, you're just sparking up an argument. Both people are clashing heads and nobody's being heard. So at the end of the day, I was just like, okay, let this dissect. Just send me that money, okay, and then just go home. But she got in the car, rode off, and I didn't even let her. She told me she didn't want to get on. I didn't even let her on, but she wanted. She said, "Hey, hey," and she said something. So that's how I went there.
Well, I mean, my thing is I've known Jessica for quite a long time, and
Mhm.
Jessica has that kind of heart. Like everybody don't have an ulterior motive for doing something. They don't. My thing is that that's the way I've been most of my life. But we do have the understanding that we can't expect ourselves from other people. We can't sit there and expect other people to do for us as we've done for them. We just have to follow our spirit and do for people. Like when people say pay it forward, you can pay it forward without expectation. You can do something for another person without having an expectation. That's what decent human beings do. But my whole thing is that even though you feel strongly about what you feel strongly about, yeah, that's a history, but we're not talking about history. Like Jessica said, we're talking about cleaning one person's house because she saw there was a need. That was it. That we weren't talking about history. We weren't talking about white people and black people. We were talking about the one young lady that happened to be white. But that's why you asked the question: would you done it if that person was black? And she
Yeah,
said yes.
I wasn't thinking that deep into it though. Like I wasn't really thinking that deep, but something there.
Yeah,
I respect
yeah.
both of them for their, like I respect Jessica what she has to say, I respect what she feels. And some people don't do it like that. They have a different understanding, which like I said, you gotta come to that conclusion in order to be at the end of it. And sometimes you just let people express and that's about it.
Well,
I
here's the
feel
thing.
But that's
I didn't hold on. I didn't feel
no,
like
no. You good. You good.
I didn't feel the need to put a rag on my head and sing hymns while I was cleaning the
gotta hum
house.
through the house while you shuffling your feet.
I wasn't singing hymns while I was cleaning the house. No, I just went in there to a woman who was overwhelmed due to her circumstances, which she had expressed to me. And I said, let me help you. I can't help you with money because I ain't rich. But matter of fact, when she invited me into her house, she was like, my house is a mess. I apologize in advance. And I walked in and I was like, oh shit, this really is a mess. Like, wow. And I said, well, let me help you. I said, the very least I can do, I can come clean for you. So again, if for one day you can come home to no mess and just relax because you're working, you're going to school, she's working and going to school, all while dealing with a husband who is in and out because he's on drugs and trying to get right. Because I'm gonna assume that this wasn't something that I don't ask questions. I'm gonna assume this was not something that she signed up for. But even if it was, I mean, we live in a pretty bougie area, so I don't think that this was something that she knew about. This was probably something maybe he got stressed out, maybe the bills was too much, and I don't know. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that if it were you, if it were Dedrick, if it were Maurice, if it was my friend, I've cleaned plenty of my friend's house. When I go over there and I look at the dishes and let's say she got two kids, I'm not judging her because her dishes ain't clean. I'm gonna turn on the sink and I'm gonna clean the dishes. I'm gonna help her. And I don't give a shit if you're black, white, Hispanic. My best friend is Puerto Rican. I don't give a shit. I'm going to do that for you because I'm a human being and I understand how overwhelming life can be. And especially, and I'll say this and then I'll land my plane. Especially for me, I have a husband. I have a husband who is hands-on with the children all day, every day. Well, not all day because he's at work, but I have a husband that will fold laundry. I have a husband that will bake a sweet potato pie, that will cook dinner. If I don't feel like it, I have a husband that does all these things. So when I see women that don't have that in their lives, it makes me feel some type of way to where, okay, well, yeah, you might need a little help, because you're struggling. No different than a single mother. I don't want to be a single mother. You couldn't pay me to say, if my husband divorced me, I done said this on the show 20 times. If my husband divorced me, he taking these damn kids with him. I don't want to be a single mother. Take these kids with you. I'm not doing all this shit by myself. Kiss my whole ass. I'm not doing it. So when I come across a woman, I don't give a damn if she's 20, 50, black, Asian, white, Hispanic. If you need help and I can help you, I will. And I don't expect anything out of that, because I believe in the universe, and what you put out into the world is what you get back. I am blessed. I live in a beautiful home on 3.5 acres. I don't even have to go to work. I haven't been to work since 2020. It's 2026. I ain't been to work, and I have not suffered anything. My husband takes care of everything. I am blessed beyond measure. So if I can bless somebody else, I'm going to bless that person. And if more people looked at the world in that lens, in my opinion, more people would be blessed. And again, it's not about just immediate, what's it called? Instant gratification. Not that, oh, if I clean your house, you got to pay me. Or if I do this for you, you got to do this for me. No, you know what? I'm going to do this for you because it's the right thing to do. And guess what? At the end of the road, down the line, when I need something, it's going to come to fruition because I did the right thing when it meant something. And I land my plane.
I got two takes. Take number one, I really, really don't appreciate being told to shut up, and I would really like an apology.
I'm sorry for telling you to shut up. It wasn't even you.
That's the problem.
Hold on.
No, you can't tell me. Hold on. No. Hold on. I'll let you run.
Let me give you. You asked for an apology. I'm trying to give it to you.
No, I don't need it right now.
No, I want it right now. I am apologizing to you. It was not you that I was trying to argue with the other person, and I told you to shut up, and that was wrong for me, and I apologize.
And I think that's what irritated me the most. Like, I'm not your enemy, but you coming for me. So that was the irritating. That was what it was. 2, she's a racist. I don't know why we. She was a full blown racist. Like, I was trying to go back for her. Like when I asked her that question, like, would you allow like a white woman to go in there? And even when Jessica said it, I was like, no, she doesn't want your German hands up in her house. Once you realized you was half German, that was it. You was a mongrel to her. Like she literally sees the white race as something predatory and therefore subhuman. You can't define it any other way.
But she's not the only person like that out here in the world. Of course not. I don't understand it, but I met that's the second person I've seen that was really strong on it. And I guess because and what they're saying has truth to a point to it, but it's not something to dwell in. And the only reason why I asked you that question about church was because even outside of all this, it gives some type of foundation to produce another whole love aspect. But people, and it helps give a grounding to certain people who is basically selfish or for the racists in general. But a lot of them don't look at it like that. So this is just a tough place. Very tough call.
You know, I just want to drop a fun fact for the night about Germans. You know, Germans actually like black people.
Yeah, we know. I know.
Germans actually like black people.
Especially the German women liking black
They
men. They
love
love
them
them.
some black men.
Yeah.
Look,
So
no. My grandfather, my grandfather, and I've told this story also, but since Miss Cora's um new word, my grandfather, he was my step grandfather. He was actually a Nazi in his day. He served in the Nazi regime, and I remember my dad told me when he had to first meet him, he was so afraid because he thought that he was going to, be racist and treat him different. He said he was the kindest man he ever met, and he really was. And he accepted me. Now, my Dutch grandfather, my paternal grandfather, he's a racist to the T. I never met the damn man because he didn't want to meet me because, I was half black. I was gonna say the other word, but I think I used that word too much tonight. But Germans actually like black people. Just throwing that. Just a fun fact to throw that out there.
All right. Nonetheless,
um,
who's racist?
so okay, Cora, give a real quick shout out. How to find you, what you do, and all that good stuff, real fast.
All right, I am Cobra from it's like the Tiny Desk Concert, the Tiny Hair Lounge, located in 301 Salon Suites, Waldorf, Maryland. I do tender-headed kids, adults, anything you can't do, I can. And make it all fun, all in one place here in Waldorf, Maryland. You can reach me on Instagram, IG at the Hair Lounge by K, or hit me up 301-383-4703. That's it.
All right. Maurice, let them know where to find you, what you do, all that good stuff.
Yeah, y'all can't find me now because my studio. That's why I haven't been on the camera lately. My studio not working, so don't look for me yet. I'll tell y'all when you start looking for me. But I'm Maurice. Yours truly.
All right, fair enough. Maurice does great music, y'all. So just because y'all can't find him, don't mean
It's still up.
he
It's
ain't been
still up.
doing
The
stuff.
YouTube channel's still up.
He been
So
doing stuff.
it's Maxi Studio Music. Make sure it's spelled MAXSI.
X, capital X.
Yes, that's right. MA capital X lowercase SI. Maxi Studio Music.
I got you.
Quick letter I. No. Okay. Okay. And if you guys want to have some delicious treats, I don't have nothing to show you right now, but y'all can go to Instagram. My website will be up in the next coming month. Y'all can go to Instagram in the meantime and look me up, Mr. Craves Cookies. I do ship nationwide and possibly worldwide, depending on where you're at. I have customers in 33 states. I have over 58 flavors, 50 different cookies, about 9 different kinds of bars and stuff like that. So y'all can find me and whatnot. Cora is very familiar with my brand. As I go over to their suites and stuff like that, they are familiar. They can vouch for them. But Miss Jessica, she can too. Maurice hasn't received a delivery yet, so we're gonna get him right.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wait, you did?
Oh, don't do that. That's messed up, bro. Yeah, come on,
you did?
bro. Yeah, I was probably like one of your first. Like one of the first things I did after meeting you was like, yo, send me some cookies.
You know what? You're right. You 100% right. I'm sorry.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Charge it to the head, bro. Charge it to the head, not the heart.
I was gonna let you get away with that. Nah.
Thank you.
Slander, defamation, bro.
Huh?
That's straight slander, defamation.
No, that's not slander. I sincerely forgot. I sincerely it slipped my mind because you were one of the first ones when you came on when I met you. So yeah, but guys, go and check it out. Ask for a menu. I will send it to you, and all that good stuff. So, but and Miss Jessica, the phenomenal chicken whisperer.
The chicken lady.
The chicken whisperer. Okay. Wow.
This is Blade. This is my
rocks
favorite.
rough and tough with her Afro puff. Hey.
Say hi. Say hi, Blade.
How do you taste, Blade?
Say hi, Blade.
I wonder how you taste, Blade.
You can't eat him. I'm breeding him. Yeah, you can't eat him.
Well,
It's
first
like
of all, I
chicken.
ain't eating no chicken with an afro. I ain't eating no chicken with an
Right.
afro.
You can't
You rip
eat
the afro off.
Blade.
Of course you can. You don't know what you guys are talking about.
Say hi, Blade.
I'm sorry, but if that chicken say hi, what you gonna do then?
I'm definitely eating it. What are you talking about? That chicken will be dispatched. Nah.
They're my favorite one.
Okay. Oh snap!
These are my
Let me sign off. Hold on. Let me sign off because we going off. We going off script. So give me just a second. And thank you guys once again for tuning in to Soul Flow Conversations. I am your host, Dedrick the Cookie Man. This is my phenomenal co-host, the phenomenal Mrs. Field. And thank you, Maurice. Thank you, Miss Cora, for attending. Thank you guys so much. We will see y'all next week.